Alright, so this was dope. I was in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and my boy True the Barber, he invited me to do a private class for his new barbershop. And shouts out to him. It's been a great start for him, and I'm super happy for him, and it was a great event. I really appreciate you inviting me, man. Make sure y'all follow him, man. True the Barber, really dope dude, man. And yeah, that was a blast, man. New Brunswick. Alright, so this is the before. Now we'll go ahead and get started, man. You guys know lately I've been cutting the top first, just making sure, again, the silhouette, the shape is right, and then we can just do whatever we want on the sides, the sharp lines, the blends, all that good stuff. It's just a fusion of more so what you see in the hairstylist world with that urban barbering. This is an important part right here, to extend the hair out and keep everything square. You guys can see I'm extending that hair out and just making sure it has the length so that you don't cut too high into the cowlick. So I'm using 245 indestructible clay, and this is pretty much gonna go in wet. I've been teaching you guys this. Great for grip when you're styling the hair. Great to give some more volume and texture, and this is gonna be a textured look, so we're gonna use a diffuser. Diffuser is dope because it allows you to give that volume and that natural look without creating frizziness from all the air being blown into the curls and agitating the hair and creating frizziness. So what I'm doing is I'm using my hands to kind of pull the hair up some and give it some volume. Now I'm using the diffuser to kind of prop the hair up, and you guys can see how it has nice natural looking voluminous curls. So we cut the top, took like 5 minutes max, and now we'll start to do the fade on the sides. Now he wants to keep his sideburns, so we're gonna give him a ball fade while keeping the sideburns. And you can see that everything's pretty much normal, except I drop the guideline so that we can keep the C cut, or the sideburn I should say. I'm using the new Barber shavers. I got a review on these, and I don't want to tell you guys too much, but it's gonna be a dope review, I think. Alright, so now we're using the Barber Gold FXs. I'm going up 3/4 to an inch up. Just, you guys know the routine. But notice that I'm keeping the C cup dark because I want to be able to leave that prominent when I want it to stand out when I line up the sideburns. So now we'll go ahead and start to erase that line, and all we're doing is starting close and opening it as we go up towards that guideline we created. The next line up, I should say. Man, with barbering right now, man, there's so much happening as far as like new tools and new products and new technologies, and it's almost hard to keep up because every time I spend a bunch of money on a shaver, a new shaver comes out, or I spend a bunch of money on a trimmer, a new trimmer comes out. And I'm not complaining. I like it. I'd much rather complain about this than what I was doing 2 years ago when I was complaining that the clipper companies are trash and they ain't putting nothing out. And so anyone who's been following me for a while, like you guys know how it's been, man. So this is cool, getting a whole bunch of new toys and stuff. So now we got the number 1 that was our next guideline. We went from the number 1 open to create that guideline right underneath the number 1 closed, And then you can take, if there's any bit of detailing that you need to do, you can lower the guard to like the half or the blade open, just to bring everything together. Now in this particular haircut, I went with the half guard and open and close it as needed to make sure everything looks nice and blended. So now we have our number 2, and we're going right off of where we created that perimeter, kind of right off the head. I think the biggest guard we use is number 3. But before we move on to the number 3, if there's any bit of bulk left between the number 2 and the 1 open, then we'll go ahead and take out that bulk with the 1.5 guard, as I'm showing you right now. Okay, like I was telling you guys, the next guard up is going to be the number 3, and that's the highest guard we're going to use. So at this point, you know, if we need to go drop any guards, or if we see any dark areas, any bulk like I see here, I'm just going to kind of follow through to lower the guards until everything's blended. And you guys can see the blend is coming in. I went all the way down to like my blade, no guard, to really refine everything. For me, it's important to give, you know, the best possible haircut I can give in those 30 minutes. So if it means kind of going through the same steps and following through to create that nice finished look, then I'll do it, because I'm in this to build a nice steady clientele. I want to be booked in advance, you know. And I think a good balance of timing and quality is important. Like everybody kind of talk, like barbers like to say, you know, quality over everything, but I've been more of a customer these days than a barber, and I'm busy, man. Like, I'm not trying to sit in your chair for an hour, and I tell this to people all the time. Like, I'm going to the guy who can give me the best haircut in 30 minutes or less. I don't want to be in the shop all day. I love the shop, but busy people got, you know, things to do, man. So, and that's not to say sacrifice the quality of your haircut, don't get me wrong, but I do think that if you practice enough and you have a system together, there's no reason, like, the quality of your haircuts shouldn't be that much more, or, you know, no difference at all, whether you go 30 minutes or less, or 30 minutes or more. It should be in that 30-minute mark, man. I just feel like that's the sweet spot. So we're speeding through this side. I kind of walked you through the fade anyways, but you guys are more than welcome to follow along with the color code on the bottom left corner. And guys, just some exciting news I wanted to throw at you guys. So I'll be back on tour starting August, and we're gonna be doing some international stuff. And one of the places I'm looking forward to is Rome and St. Petersburg, Russia this time around. So that, and then Atlanta's gonna be dope. Like, you know, all the cities are dope, but Atlanta's gonna be dope because Barber Josh OP and I will be teaching in that class. And then Las Vegas Barber Expo, of course. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the tour, man. And again, on this side, same thing. The number 3 is gonna be the highest guard we use. And what I can tell you is, after this, like, you can refine things. If you like clip over comb or scissor over comb, typically I'll grab one of those techniques, and that's what I'll use to refine, bringing the fade with the scissor cut together. If it's not already done with your fade system. Alright, so let's line them up, and this is where all that, you know, being careful, making sure the C cup is dark, that's where this is gonna come together, and we're gonna be able to keep his sideburns while still having a bald fade, and boom, that's where we connect it all. Now I do gotta clean up the blend into the sideburn, but it doesn't matter until after you line them up, because then you know that the line is there, and then you can blend anything out that you need to. But it's better to be safer than sorry. And now that it's blended in better, look how the difference that lineup made to the cut. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. You guys let me know what do you think of this look, keeping the sideburns with the bald fade. I don't see a lot of too many people doing it that often, to be honest with you, but I think it's a dope look. It ain't for everybody, but it's definitely a dope look in my opinion. And of course, like I always tell you guys, I'm just using my trimmers to create the shape. We're gonna go ahead and get it really razor sharp with the straight razor and the 245 shave gel. Now here, less is more, guys. His hair is already gonna be long. He's gonna have a fringe. I'm just trying to create some symmetry with his lineup, and the way that his hairline grows anyways, you can really put yourself in a place where you're pushing him back quickly just because of the hair growth patterns of his hairline. So for here, this is what I was talking about refining the blending to the scissor work. And I chose to do scissor over comb instead of clip over comb, but again, it's up to you. It's whatever your preference is. Like I've never tried to claim that my techniques are the best techniques, or that, you know, I'm a great barber. I I've always just shared what I've learned with you guys. It's never been about showcasing of being the best barber out there. It's always been about just giving, you know what I mean, and trying to help people. And honestly, like, your feedback, the comments, like the messages, like all that love, man, that's motivation to, I'm sure, all us YouTube barbers to keep pushing out content. So trust me, even if we don't have all the time in the world to reply to everybody, it means so much. Like the comments pop up, man, and just reading 1 or 2 a day for a lot of us YouTuber, that's all the motivation we need to keep pumping up this content, man. So thank you guys so much for the continued support. I didn't mean to get all emotional with you guys, but just want to know I appreciate you guys. So you guys can see, man, the razor just brought that sideburn and that C cup together, and I used a point of reference, so the bottom of the ear, the connection to the ear, that's how I knew the length of the sideburns, so that I can keep it consistent on both sides. Okay, and you want to make sure you're going against the grain to get it the closest possible. If they got sensitive skin, stick with across the grain. But there it is, guys. Look how that came together. I hope you guys like it. I hope it's a little blurry right here, but let's get it in focus, and there it is. I hope you guys enjoy the haircut, learn something. He's got the nice, messy, voluminous curls, and I think it came out dope. Let me know if you like it. Smash the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you.